All right, so today we're in Avalon, which is a low HOA community in Spring Hill, Florida. It's family friendly, retiree friendly, has options for everybody. And this is going to be an honest and straightforward review, so make sure to stick around to the end so you don't miss out on any important details. As always, if you have any questions or interest in moving to Spring Hill, you can reach me directly using the contact information in the description below. But let's jump right in. Oh, and real quick, if you enjoyed this content, make sure to subscribe for future videos. All right, so jumping right in, pro number one is that there's options for every type of buyer in Avalon. We're currently in the Villages of Avalon, which was the first two phases that they built back in 2006. You also have Cambridge, which is phase 3 of Avalon. Cambridge is a maintenance-free and gated portion of Avalon. For an extra $315 per quarter, you get lawn, shrub, and fertilization services. The third section of Avalon is Carlisle, which is a higher end, more prestigious section of Avalon. Homes in here are larger. The lot sizes range from a half acre up to an acre. As you can see here, the homes are larger. There's more space between the houses. There's actually a lot for sale in here. It's a full acre for $105,000. If you bought it, you would be required to build a 2,800 square foot house or larger. And similar to Cambridge, this section of Avalon is also gated. One of the newer sections of Avalon is the Isle of Avalon, and that's where we're standing now. Across the street from me, there's a playground that they built in this community, and as you can tell, the homes behind me are newer. They were built in 2022. You also have access to both community pools here, the one in the original clubhouse and the one in Avalon West, where we're heading to next. And this is Avalon West, the newest subdivision of Avalon, which was built by MI Homes and Inland Homes. As you can see over there, the old model home for MI is being redone because it's getting ready to be listed for sale. There are a couple other homes that are scattered around that are still under construction and will be available for sale as well, or currently are, but they're just not completed yet. And as I alluded to, Avalon West does have a new pool that they put in, and from my understanding, talking to the builders, all the residents of Avalon have access to both pools. All right, continuing on pro number one, which is there's options for everybody. Here's some pricing in Avalon. I outlined all of Avalon here. So in the bottom section here, this is the maintenance-free Cambridge section. Then you have the middle section here. That is the Villages of Avalon, so phases 1 and 2. That was built from 2006 up to 2015. And then you have Carlisle, which is the higher end version here. As you can tell, this home sold for $755,000, 3,600 square feet on looks like a half acre of land, maybe a little bit more. And then you have Isle of Avalon, which is over here, this little loop. There are some homes for sale in here, 323, 447 for a larger home. These were built in 2022, 324 for a 1,900 square foot home, or 325. And then you have the Avalon West section, which is this new home here that we just videoed. It's not completed yet. This one sold for 475 there. And then you have a few pending. You also have this inland home that's available for 450,000. It's 2,700 square feet. So that gives you a good idea. If we go to results here, you can see that home prices range from 265. This one might have been a short sale or something. Yep, was a short sale. But yeah, 265 to all the way up to 755,000. But I would say that the median falls in between, 325,000 and probably 400,000-ish. Most of them are in that price range. Pro number two for Avalon is going to be the location. So this is Central Spring Hill here. And then you have Avalon located on the southeast side of Spring Hill, just north of this public supermarket. That's why it's called the Shops at Avalon. Another plus about the location is going to be Anderton Snow Park. So Anderton Snow Park's just off of Anderton Snow Road. You have an entrance to Avalon here off of Anderton Snow Road, and then you also have an entrance here on County Line. You also have a minute drive to the 589 or the Suncoast Parkway, which takes you all the way to Tampa and all the way north up to Crystal River. That's this dark gray road here. But yeah, the location is super convenient. It's in a great area, close to a lot of conveniences as well, including things like the Publix, which is right outside the community. Then you have Walmart Neighborhood Market, which is up here off of Anderton Snow and Spring Hill Drive, up here. And then you have other things like Rookie's Family Grill and Bar. Across the street from Rookie's is Tidal Brewing, which is in this plaza. You can kind of just see also there's a Kohl's and a Target, and then you have Drew's American Grill, McDonald's, all Zaxby's. There's a bunch of other fast food restaurants here as well, like Taco Bell, Burger King, Walgreens. So yeah, there's a lot of conveniences nearby. That's all like 5 to 10 minutes away. Anderton Snow Park again there, and then the 589, which drives all the way down to Tampa. You also have Tampa General Hospital right here as well, which is off of County Line Road. That's probably 5 to 8 minutes away. And there's a bunch of other conveniences here on the corner of Mariner and County Line as well. So location's a big thing. It's super convenient. Everything you need is within 5 to 10 minutes. And the Suncoast is also great for people that might be hybrid workers, people that go into office 1 or 2 times a week and then can work from home the rest of the week. It's also good if you just want to shave some time off your drive. Comparing Avalon to some areas more north, like even Weeki Wachee or Brooksville, or even just north Spring Hill or northern Spring Hill, you're going to save about 10 to 20 minutes from Tampa just because the Suncoast is so close to you. Pro number 3 is no CDD fee and low HOA fees. Unlike many newer master plan communities, Avalon doesn't have a CDD fee, which can save you thousands of dollars per year. CDD fees are fees that are built into your taxes and go back to the developer for all of the infrastructure they built when making the community. The HOA fees are also relatively low at $800 per year on average, which comes out to like $200 per quarter or like $70 per month. Which leads me to pro number 4, which is strong amenities for a low fee. For that $800 per year, you get access to a clubhouse with a fitness center, a playground with picnic areas, a resort-style pool with cabanas, and of course, sidewalks and streetlights that are maintained by the HOA as well. If you ask me, $800 for those amenities is pretty solid, especially when you compare it to these newer master plan communities that they're building today. Con number 1 for Avalon is going to be the HOA guidelines. I'm not saying that they're super strict. I actually have never lived in Avalon, so I can't give you a firsthand experience, but there's going to be rules and deed restrictions around lawn maintenance, exterior paint colors, vehicle parking, and any home modifications. This is the full community standards on Avalon, so we can't obviously go through all of this, but it is pretty thorough, and you can definitely get a copy of this by going online to avalonvillagehoa.org, and it's in this list here. But yeah, you can see that you have to fill out a tenant profile to rent the home. There's certain for sale sign requirements. Here's all the articles of incorporation, the bylaws, the declaration, and then you can even get budgets for the financials on the community on this website. So they're very organized, and that's not always the case with HOAs, but there is guidelines and there are things that could be a bit of a turnoff for certain people. The type of fencing you could put up, the type of grass and shrubs or colors of the home or your front door that you can paint. There's even things on solar panels and animals and pets here. So there's certain things that you're going to want to check before you move to Avalon, and that's obviously what a realtor's for, but this is probably one of the biggest deterrents of any community, and that's the HOA rules. Con number 2 is going to be lot sizes. The lots are small in Avalon unless you buy in Cambridge, which is the more upper scale portion of Avalon. There actually is a lot for sale in here. I believe it's this one for 110,000. I think it's a full acre as well. You'll find half acre to full acre lots in Cambridge, but everywhere else, including the new developments and the villages of Avalon, Isles of Avalon, Avalon West, they're all going to be standard lots from 5 to 10,000 square feet. Obviously, you can see here, this corner lots are a little bit larger, but overall, you're like 10 feet in between each house. And for some people, that's just a non-starter. So to kind of piggyback off of the HOA con, if you're looking to park boats or store vehicles or RVs, it's just not possible. On top of the HOA, there's also just not the space for it. So Avalon probably wouldn't be the best fit for you. Con number 3 for Avalon is a slower paced real estate market. What I mean by that is that inventory's up, average days on market is up, and prices have slightly decreased over the past couple years. I think that's from a correction from 2021 to 2023 when prices spiked. But there's also another factor, which is the new construction competition, which is con number 4. Because places like Isles of Avalon and Avalon West have been building over the last few years, it's really created a problem for the resale homes in Avalon. If you put yourself in the buyer's shoes, it's hard to justify an older resale home when there's new construction that comes with a home warranty and even paid closing costs. This has caused an increase in inventory in the resale market, longer days on market, and a slight decrease in pricing. Now, obviously, these cons are geared more towards sellers in Avalon, but it's something to consider as a buyer as well. Yes, you will have more negotiating power because of the new construction, because the days on market's up, and because inventory is high, but you should also consider your long-term plan. Are you planning on living in Avalon for 2 to 3 years, or are you planning on living there long-term, 5 to 7? The real estate market changes very quickly, but if you plan on staying in Avalon for 2-3 years, there's no guarantee that the current market won't stay the same. Obviously, you won't be competing with the new construction within Avalon because it'll be completed by then, but you still could be competing with the inventory and the resale market at that time. That wraps up this video. As always, if you have any questions or you're interested in moving to Spring Hill, you can reach me directly using the contact information in the description below. Also, make sure to subscribe to this channel for future videos. I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you in the next one.